Guys, as you can see, I've been sent out yet another Android box to show you guys, review it and let you know what I think of it. This time, we've got the Nexbox A95x, which is basically the small version of this one that I done a review of the other day. This one is the A5, they've both got exactly the same CPU, RAM, everything. The specifications are both exactly the same. They're both running 6.0. On this one, on the box, it doesn't give you as much information on this one. If I flip it over, you can see here, you've got your HDR for your high dynamic range. If you've got a 4K TV and it's enabled to that, obviously you'll use that. You can turn it on if you want. This one though, doesn't tell you on the back that it's just got basic information. It hasn't really got much. The box sizes, as you can see, this one on the left is smaller. Not massively, but it is smaller. We're going to do a comparison of the actual boxes so I can show you. But now I'm going to run through the box just to show you what it looks like, what's on it. We've got A95x, Nexbox Android TV. It's a 4-core 64-bit CPU. It's eMMC, 4K HD and Wi-Fi. On both sides, it's blank, as you can see, there's nothing on them. On the back, we've just got the same as on the front, Nexbox A95x. We've got a couple of little stickers here for the UK, and that's probably for your quality protection or control or whatever. Down here, I think that's when they actually shipped it to me, which was July the 25th, 2016. It did come from Deutschland, so that's Germany for anybody who didn't know. On the back here, we've just got the basic information, telling you what model it is. The CPU, which is an s905x. The GPU, it's got RAM 2 gigs and ROM, which is the internal memory, is 16 gig. You've got Wi-Fi, which runs on 2G and 5G, and you've got Bluetooth 4.0, and it just says down here that it was made in China. If I open the box, when I got this, I just thought awesome because it's that small. That's how small it is. I've got little tiny hands, and this is really small. It's awesome. I'll get this one out, which is the A5, and I'll do a comparison on size just to let you know what they're like. So I take this out, and I'll put them side by side. Move all that out the way. And you can see there, this is absolutely tiny. I prefer this one because it's just something that'll be out the way. Whereas this, I don't mind. It's not huge, but I just prefer this because it's smaller and it can be tucked away. If I put it on top, you can see there the little gap. And if I put it like this, so you can see the height difference. There you go. Put that to one side. On the front, there's nothing, and on the side, there's nothing. But on this side, you've got your little port for your micro SD slot. You've got a USB and a USB. Over here on the back, you've got your power port, which is for your DC adapter. You've got your HDMI, your AV, your LAN, and your SPDIF. One thing I did notice on this, for some reason, if you can look, the HDMI is upside down. If I get this box and turn it around, you can see it's the correct way. But for some reason, that one's upside down. So is the Ethernet, but it's not a major thing. It didn't bother me. It was just when I was setting it up, I thought, whoa, it's upside down. So I'll put that to the side, and I'll show you what else is in the box. It's just your usual thing, what you get. Your AC adapter, and your HDMI lead, and your remote. It's the same remote as you get on the A5. I do like this remote, because like I say, it's got a little button for Kodi, and it'll open Kodi. The only thing that I will say is this remote's a little bit loud, so don't know if you can hear that, but it is pretty loud. And inside here, you've got your user manual, which if you want to know any information on it or how to set it up, you can just go through that. But I'm sure you're all clued up on Kodi anyways. So I'm going to go set this up and we'll see what it runs like. So here we are, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's the newer layout of the Android rather than the older version. It's personal preference whether you like this way or the old way, but all the Android boxes now that are coming onto the market are going to be 6.0. There's a couple of things I am going to change. Whether you want to fast forward through the video on this part is totally up to you, but a couple of annoying things. When I press left and right, it makes that horrible noise, which I don't like. Another thing, it's got us in the wrong district. It says I'm in Washington, which I'm not, and it's got the wrong time, so I'm going to set that up. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in this Android box. I've got myself a benchmark app, so I'm going to give that a whirl. I'm going to show you Netflix working, Kodi working, and I'm going to play some videos. Obviously, I'm going to show you what apps you get standard in the box. I haven't touched this. This is just the way it comes out, ready for you to play about with. So first off, I'm going to go over to settings, and I'm going to go down, and I'm going to go to settings again. And then I'm going to go to sound, and this one is for that clicky noise. So if I click on that and I turn that off, so now we've got no annoying noise. If you've got a surround sound or anything, you can click on this one and you can go down to here to HDMI. This other one, a couple of my subscribers did mention what this is. This is another sort of sound thing, like a optical out or whatever you call it. So we'll come back from here. Apps, like I say, I'm going to show you that, but I'm going to first set everything up. If I go into date and time, and I come down to this one that says time, then I go to the next one for set time zone, and then I look for London, because that's the main place where I am in England. So if I click there, London, we're all set up. I'll leave that as 24 hours, and that'll suit me fine. There you go, it's the right time, 10 to 8, auto time, yeah, that's everything for me. If I come back out of this, and I go over to the home, and as you can see, this is what it is. This button takes you to Kodi. I'm saying a button. This thumb, we'll call it, and then you've got your YouTube, you've got your Netflix, and you've got your apps. If I go into here, you can see all your apps, what you've got. To be honest, I'm going to use hardly none of these. As you can see, if I flick over here, we've got Megabox, which is the app that I put up the other day. If you're a massive film or TV fan, you'll really enjoy this. If I go a little bit further down, you can see you've got the Play Store, you've got Skype, you've got Plex, which is a massive popular one at the moment. You've got Twitter, Vivo, and YouTube. You can put these on your main screen if you want. So if we go back, and you can change anything here. The way you do it is, if we wanted to change the Play Store, the OK button, if you hold it down, and then it'll come up like this, and it'll let you replace whatever you want. While I'm on the topic of apps, I might as well show you Netflix to show you it working. I'm not sure if it's going to be running in full HD or not, because a couple of people have been saying that they do and they don't. So I'll quickly sign in. We'll play something, and we'll see what it looks like. Right, I'm finally logged in on this. I forgot my friend's password because he's got my Amazon Prime and I've got his Netflix. I'm not really a massive fan of this app on here because it doesn't really work very well. As you can see, everything just seems it's just too close together, and the thumbs are too big. It's like, if they were a lot smaller, you would see a lot more, and it's too cluttered to me. If we go on something, to play something, what can we go on? We'll just click on Breaking Bad, and if we press right, see, it's so awkward to get an episode. If I press the mouse, I can do that, but I shouldn't have to do that. So if I click that one, and then if I go over here and I've got to click play, it'd be a lot easier if I had an air mouse or a little pad mouse. I did have one, but my friend who I give it to, he's lost it.
Operation Icebreaker.
If I take that mouse off and I click forward a few times,
Revenge? Could be. Turns out he's missing too. And normally I'd
that's
say
the quality on it.
someone did the world a favor. But our snitches.
One thing, you cannot pause it. There isn't a button on this remote to pause or anything like that. But that was just the Netflix app, because I know loads of people asking, what does it run like? Is it good? Is it in HD? Blah, blah, blah. I am going to quickly install this app, what I've got, which is supposedly a benchmark app. Where is it? Oh, that's it. I think it's called Antutu. So we'll click that and we'll install it. And then we'll go to install. And then we'll come back to that. But whilst I'm in here, in my memory stick, I'll quickly show a video working, just so you can see what the quality's like. And that's all done, so we'll go down to done. And like I say, while we're here, we'll click on something. We'll click on Central Intelligence. Right, forget about that, skip that idea. I cannot show you anything playing because it's all coming up that rubbish saying Dolby Digital, and I'm not allowed to show you blah blah blah. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go back to apps, and I'm going to try this benchmark. Here it is. We'll click that and see what this is all about. I've never used a benchmark before, but I'm going to try it and see what it's like. So what's this? Download a newer version. Do I want to? Do I not want to? No. I'm going to cancel, and I'm just going to use what I've got. So I'm guessing I go to test. This may take several minutes. So we'll just let this do its little thing, and then I'll get back to it. Well, that's the benchmark over and done with, and as I mentioned, this is the first time I've ever done this. 29,210, I don't think that's very good, to be honest. I think it's alright, but it's not amazing. I'm going to have to do a test with one of the other boxes what I've got, and then I'll know better. You guys have probably watched more videos on people doing benchmarks, so you'll know the performance. If I go over to details here, this will give you a little bit more information on some more stuff. CPU, RAM, GPU, and them are all the stats. If I go to this one for performance, I'm not sure what that one's for. Gaming performance, smartphone, battery performance. Well, anyways, that's the performance on it. I've got a few more boxes that I need to do some tests on, so I will try them on the other ones and hopefully we'll get a lot better. I don't know if I click one of these it'll give us more information. No, it doesn't. So we'll come out of this and I'll just back up out of this, back up again. And what we will do now we'll go over to Kodi. You can either press the Kodi button or you can just go to this one that says Amazing Kodi. So I'll press the Kodi button and it'll start up. As you can see, it's 16.1, which is the latest version. 17 is out, but I'm not really a massive fan of 17. This is obviously the build, what you get when you first... more clicky noises, which I hate. These are the video add-ons. You've got Exodus, which is a good one, but for some reason they don't put Phoenix in here. Showbox isn't Showbox what you're thinking. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to delete this build and put the Pulse one on. One thing that I did forget to mention was most of these boxes now, when you do get them, if you go over to programs and you go down to program add-ons, it's already got Ares Wizard installed, and that's the main one for builds and if you want different add-ons and that. I would recommend for you to let all the updates update first and then open the Ares Wizard, because it might not work, it might crash. As you can see here, it's just doing a little quick update and then it'll all open and we'll be ready to do the builds. So the Pulse build's all installed, and this is going to be the first time I'm running Kodi, so I'm going to press the button to open Kodi. And there you go, Pulse build. We'll see how fast everything loads up. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast. A couple of boxes I've had have been different. Well, that one was quite fast there. And that clicky noise, I'm going to turn that off as always. This does pop up all the time, so you just click dismiss. And another one will pop up for, I think it's Goodfellas. That's another add-on. If I go to system, I go to this one that says audio, press up a few times until I see play GUI or GUI. Click never, because I hate that noise. Up, I need to go back into there. If I go to add-ons, this will just let you know if there is any updates needed, which there is. It says available. And then if I click update all, and I'll just leave this, and then I'll start the video as soon as everything's done, but it won't take long. There you go, all the add-ons are up to date, and as I mentioned, a message will pop up, and this is it for the Goodfellas. So just click seen it, and then that'll disappear, and as you can see there, all the updates are done. And if I press back again, and if we just have a little flick through, you'll see how fast these are loading up. Because a couple of boxes I've had, they just take forever for the thumbs to actually load up. So there you can see they're loading up pretty fast. If I go over to Phoenix and I go to, we'll go to new releases. And then when we're in new releases, we'll just click something. We'll click on the Bourne, Jason Bourne. It's asking us what link I want, so I'll click link 1. And I'm going to press up.
What did they get?
Black Ops files. From Treadstone all the way to Ironhead.
And that's that playing. I don't want to spoil the film. And you've got all your usual things of everything. Exodus, so if I click that, you'll see how fast this loads up. There you go. Sometimes it takes forever. There's nothing really else to show you in this. No, there isn't. If you get stuck with anything, or you want to know anything, if you want us to add any add-ons, just leave us a comment in the comment section and I'll add them and try them out for you.